We live, baby. We live. We live, baby. Live. Ugh. All right. Getting dressed. Yeah, I can't change it for some reason. I turn it sideways and it doesn't. It just tells me to rotate the device. It won't actually let me change the shit. Yeah, maybe it's something I have to hit before I go live. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting for a few people to get the notification. I need to get something. Oh. Yeah. It's Hannah. Yeah, Hannah. So last night, G-Man got all pissed off. Well, let me tell you the story first, and then I'll get into what I really want to talk about, which is the Christians in our lives. I mean, the actual Christians, not the people who are shitty and try to use their religious beliefs to mask their terrible, terrible personalities, and who don't actually know how to fucking read. I want to talk about those Christians because they're actually good people. The ones who know how to read, and typically, and the ones that will show you their dedication to emulating Jesus, and they don't even have to tell you that they're Christian. Some of the best ones. But yeah, so he got upset last night, Hannah. How you're related to this, your guess is as good as fucking mine. But basically, remember how I told you that I don't coddle grown-ass men? And I told him I'd be fair and impartial with his discussion that I offered to host between him and Steve. Since I did not interject in Steve's turn and tell him he has to say whatever G-Man wanted him to say, that means I'm somehow an evil person now, and G-Man has it in his fucking crazy head that I can't be trusted, and some crazy stupid shit, of course, only G-Man could concoct. And so how you're connected to this? Well, since you were part of the crew of people who decided to surprise his dumbass and have a good time with him, you also can't be trusted. How that makes any fucking sense in this universe or the next beats the fuck out of me. But you can bet Shanny for Christ was in there too, promoting that shit, and Antonio was in there eating paint chips and not paying attention. So yeah, my stream keeps fucking stopping. Let me get out of this garage. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but you know what, Hannah? I think here's what I think. Shit, turn off the music. I think she knows that you're in Florida. I think he knows that you went to the airport to go see your fucking man, and I think he's just a little sore about that. That's what I think. That's just me. That's just me. You know. There have been people in the chat, Hannah, that have mentioned that Rev was going to get you. So I think that's how he came to know about it. Like I said, I'm just speculating. I'm just speculating, and not player hating. Steve, let's do it for about in about 3 hours. I want to make sure EO is up. I think EO's up, but I want to make sure he's up. Because we definitely need him. I'm going to a transfer student orientation at the school. Well, first I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts to get some fucking coffee. Because I was up late last night. On Facebook, toss me a number again. Oh. Let's do it at noon. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. God damn it! I hate when it fucking does that. I waited too long and shut off. But yeah, stairs are. So, I think he's jealous that you're gonna go see your man, and he can't see you. So, but because it makes no sense why he would throw you in there. I'm still not even sure why, he's upset with me, but it's G-Man. He makes up shit and lies. So I'm not too surprised. Holy fuck, that's a long way. I really want I'm just gonna go to school. I'm not driving all the way there just to fucking coffee. That's ridiculous. I could have sworn there was one closer. Maybe I was tripping. I don't know. When I'm at a stop sign or something, I'll take a look at the chat. U-Turns live. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing, when he goes live, I'm going to be doing a live broadcast of my own, actually. So, that's how that's going to work. Since we want to be petty, since we want to, be jackasses and shit, we can play this game. I will go live and walk to the fucking park. I will go live and sit and play with my son. I will go live and just go up to the school. We had a video on atheism. Make a video on fucking English literature. Make a video on how to form a fucking sentence. Because this motherfucker is still struggling with that. But he can get all fucking bowdy and fucking upset with folks. It's like, when you learn basic shit, bitch, then you get upset. Do that. By the way, does Shani have a hand in G-Man deciding to block me? I don't think she gave him the idea, but she sure as hell was there encouraging the shit, saying that you can't trust atheists, and suggesting that, we just lull Christians into a false sense of security and all that bullshit. So my wife actually sat and she was watching their broadcast, Hannah. So after I come back, I'm gonna talk to my wife, and I'll just put her on speakerphone and have her, I guess, explain what she heard. But as I was going to sleep, she was telling me what was said. So, yeah. Well, Channy is definitely encouraging it. It's like a fucking morbidly obese succubus. I know it's irony of a fat guy talking about fat people. She is very delusional. She wants G-Man's cock, so she's saying everything he likes to hear, basically. I understand. I was like, there's easier ways to do that. There's easier ways to, get the man without saying, like, everything that he needs, because it's to a point that, it's at a point that she's enabling his terrible behavior. But then again, she can't control her own fucking self, so It doesn't really surprise me, you know. So she can't get her own life together, so why not wreck somebody else's and destroy what little relationships that they have, right? So no sweat off her giant ass back. Oh fuck, there are a lot of people here today. Yeah, I'm already at school, by the way. Y'all see why I moved here? Like, I'm literally at school. Like, I'm not even joking. Good thing about your cousin being a campus police, you know where they camp out. Maybe I should have went and got coffee. I really don't feel like doing this shit, to be honest with you. Be fucking 30 years old next month. Like, I know how to go to school. I know how to find a class. What the fuck I gotta do this for? Oh, I'm supposed to be talking about... Okay, so... something I've noticed. Let me get to talking. There's something I notice about the people. If people have to tell you that they're Christian, they're probably not actually emulating Jesus. They're probably putting on a fucking front so that their terrible fucking personality defects aren't exposed and criticized, because they can cloak themselves in the armor of God and the shield of Jesus and the plus 10 pants of stamina of fucking Judea and whatever other, you know, fanciful magical bullshit that people kind of just fabricate when shit pops off. I've seen in my lifetime, and this is just pure fucking anecdote, that the people who never told me that they were Christian were the ones that more closely emulated Jesus, and those are the people that you would want to invite to barbecues. If for some chance you get a wild hair up your ass and you want to hear the gospel and you want to learn more about Jesus, those are the people you turn to. But those people, they're not acting holier than thou art. Those people are very, very cognizant of who they are and how they interact with people. And those folks, when they have pissed off somebody, and when they have, you know, just gone a little bit, you know, too far, or you know, even accidentally crossed the line, they're cognizant of that. And half the time you don't have to tell them, because they're very receptive to how they approach topics, how they approach people. So I find it funny when I start hearing folks talk about being hated for being Christian. It's like, I can't remember a time where I genuinely hated somebody for their religious beliefs, because that's retarded. That's absolutely fucking retarded. Why? They ain't my fucking beliefs. If I hated somebody, then I hate them for, you know, being an asshole. And I'm not, you know, having a belief is not being an asshole. I don't, you know, hate groups can have their beliefs. I don't hate them for having their beliefs. I hate them for what they do, you know, via those beliefs. You know, beliefs themselves, they're just beliefs. Whatever. So, it's really interesting to see folks, you know. Hold on, come on, bro. I get you dislike them, but why this on Christianity Faith while simultaneously talking about trolls in the Christianity Faith? Not sure what you mean by that. But when did I shit on Christianity? I must have missed that. Okay, Drag, you dislike G-Man and Ronnie for obvious reasons, but you have every right to. But the petty name-calling towards Christian faith is unnecessary. Okay. So that by trade, you don't hate KK just because of their beliefs? No, I don't. I actually, if they want to have their beliefs and they want to exercise their right to hate me and everyone else, then that's fine. The beliefs themselves, I don't agree with. When they act upon those beliefs and they go and they attack people and they go and they put crosses and shit and burn crosses in people's yards, that's when, you know, I cross the line. You know, you can have a belief that every other human being should die. That's your fucking belief. When you try to exact that and put it into a plan, that's when I have an issue. You know, I don't attach you know, I try not to attach emotions to people's beliefs, because as long as it's in your head, I don't care. When it starts affecting my life, that's when I start caring. So, yeah, as long it's how I separate emotion from people's beliefs, and I'm able to interact with them without putting my own, sort of personal feelings in it, and we could just talk about the merits of the beliefs themselves. And so that if that makes more sense. I'm trying to see, okay, when he called jujitsu, whatever magical is BS they believe in. Okay, okay, so there are certain beliefs that I think are ridiculous. Absolutely. And I will ridicule them. If you believe that you fart fairy dust, and you can use corn to find unicorns, that is a ridiculous belief, and I will say that is a ridiculous belief. Christianity itself and other religions, I think, have ridiculous beliefs. That's not going to change no matter who I run into. If I'm talking to somebody, and usually the people I talk to have a pretty thick skin, and so if I refer to something as magical, they know that I'm not doing that intentionally the word magical doesn't have a negative connotation. When we're talking about the supernatural, it is magical. If I'm being humorous and saying, well, the plus 10 pants of stamina from Judea, I'm obviously being humorous here. That's, I know that's not a thing. So, God, Brenda. Okay. Someone please put Brenda in timeout. I don't have time for her nonsense today. Jesus. Tell G-Man to stop calling me fucking 10 times a day, and then I'll feel sorry for him. All right? Check my fucking call log. That motherfucker. But you should learn to respect people's beliefs as long as they aren't directly affecting you and your family. No. Actually, I don't have to respect everyone's beliefs. No one has to respect my beliefs. I wouldn't make that type of deal with anybody. That's absolutely ridiculous. I respect your right to have those beliefs and your right to express those beliefs. That's what I respect. I don't have to respect the beliefs themselves. Hell no. Fuck no. Absolutely not. No. Thank you, Soccer Count. Some beliefs are not worthy of respect. And I give you a perfect example. I had a guy that I work with. His name was Steve. Well, we call him Smitty. This guy wore his Christian faith on his shoulders. On his sleeves every day. He had no problem telling he was a Christian. And he had an interesting past. He was from Florida. He used to do, cocaine quite regularly, alcoholic, the works. And he found Jesus and he turned his life around. Same story, yada, yada, yada. I'd heard this shit 1,000 times. Smitty was a nice guy. He was a man. He's one of the guys that I really like. He's a man's man. He enjoys, sports. He enjoys more so, fishing. And he loves, poking fun at folks. And he can take a good joke, and he can take a good ribbing, and he can dish it out. And so when I would express, kind of how I feel towards some of his beliefs, his eye would cock up. But then he had a retort. He had a response. He was not sensitive. And so he and I could exchange ideas, and he would tell you that he understands that some of his beliefs sound ridiculous to people, but he had no illusions about that at all. And he understood, coming from him toward an atheist, his beliefs would sound crazy. He would that didn't miss him at all, because he said, well, he was in my shoes, quote unquote, at one point in time in his life. Which, okay, fine. I don't think he was necessarily in my shoes, but he didn't have his Christian beliefs, so I didn't make a big deal out of that. But I truly think that if he had the opportunity to give his shirt off his back, he would, because of his beliefs. And that's something that I did admire about him. And so even though he would tell, folks in a heartbeat that he's Christian, he's one of the ones that I think that he tries his best to emulate Jesus. And he really tries his best to live by the book the best way he can. So, or if I decide to say white people are devils, am I entitled to say that among my mentally challenged friends here? If you believe that, white people are the devil, that's your belief, bro. I don't have to agree with this shit at all. Like, that's your belief. That is completely up to you. I'm not going to agree with you. That sounds like some shit claim your inheritance would say, but whatever, right? You know, it is what it is. But yeah, Midnight, there's a reason she's been going off the rails lately, and so I don't have the time and the patience to put up with the nonsense. If she wants to fucking defend a goddamn idiot, then she can go. Like, I understand people who approach me and say, you know what, drag is a little bit too far, then I listen to them. There's people who contact me and say, you know what, G-Man's had enough, just lay off them, you know, lay off Ronnie. They can't take it. That's fine, you know, and I listen to them, and that's why I've taken down certain videos, and that's why I leave them the fuck alone. But no, if they're gonna say shit about me, guess what? I'm gonna say the shit back. I can definitely feel inclined to. So, I mean, it is what it is. But needless to say, I believe people should practice humility when exercising their opinions. Okay. Yeah, Hawkseye, I don't know how to change that because this is from my phone. I honestly have to figure this shit out. But I didn't know that it was automatically unable to rewind. I got to fix that. I definitely have to fix that. Yeah, you have the freedom to say whatever the hell you want. I'm not the federal government. I can't stop you. You know, you have the freedom. But if somebody decides to, you know, go across your face for saying something, then, you know, it is what it is. That's why I'm like, you know what, when the violence happens, when, you know, you start saying all kind of shit to people, I'm not one of those people and go, oh no, everyone should just play nice and just say, you know, vitriolic and hateful things to one another, and we should just stand on opposite sides of the fence and yell expletives at each other and nobody's gonna get hurt. All that stupid shit. Look, sorry, in the real world, your actions have consequences. I'm not advocating violence, but some people are more prone to violence than others. And some people. There we go. Okay, we're back. Yeah. Yeah, oh no, G-Man has a real hard on. It's funny because I told G-Man for the longest that I didn't want to meet up with him, and all he would talk about is trying to meet up with me and coming to see me because he didn't think that, you know, I am me in person. And the second I get this motherfucker the time of day, he loses his goddamn mind. So, I mean, it's like, it's funny. For a lost cow, he actually thinks that he's a little bit more valuable than he really is, but man, lost cow is going to be a lost cow. Respect for a person's beliefs that they weren't shared through language alone, which is often dishonest, manipulative. The only honest theist is a silent theist. Ooh, them fighting words, sir. Them is a fighting words. I know a few theists can challenge you on that one. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. It's a new student or transfer student orientation going on.
I'm not sure. I think it's. Well, you see that sign right there?
Yeah. Right there. Okay, thank you.